This is a historic day for the state of Hawaii and girls high school athletics. What an honor it is for me to share what our state leaders have been working on tirelessly behind the scenes for the past several months to get to where we are today. With the support of Superintendent Hayashi, all 44 public high schools will have the opportunity to participate in girls football in their interscholastic athletic programs. And just last week, Hawaii High School Athletic Association's executive board voted in favor to hold the very first state championship this school year. At this time, I would like to call on our first speaker, Lieutenant Governor Sylvia, to come up and say a few words.
Aloha. What a great day today is. For all the young girls and young women out there, this is so terrific. And, Dana kind of underplayed her role in this whole thing, but it was her vision and her efforts a few months ago that led to this day where all 44 schools will allow for girls flag football to be available to all the young girls and young women out there for this school year. For the Department of Education, and anytime the state of Hawaii does something in such a quick and expeditious way, it takes the entire village to make it happen. That's not my note, so I don't need that. Yeah. But it's really the vision of the superintendent, his team, all the partners for making this happen. And I can't thank the athletic directors enough for your willingness out there to go and start up a new sport like this. I've been already hearing that there's so much excitement around starting girls football that there are athletic directors out there already talking to young girls. So I have a message to all the athletic directors out there. No recruiting out of your district. Let's give everybody a fair chance. We don't want all these folks ending up at one school. But that is the excitement that we're feeling, the fact that we are providing opportunity for girls. And for myself as a longtime legislator and now the only elected woman in the executive branch, it is so profound that we are continuing to follow the legacy and the life work of Patsy Mink and Title IX. And I want to especially recognize, even if these folks have been recognized, especially recognize Linda Ichiyama and Justin Woodson. They both have young girls. And I know what this means for them and their continued efforts to provide equity and equality for everyone who is part of our school system. I know right now everybody's glued to the TV. I am every time I go home, although it's in Paris, right? So you already know the results. So nobody tell me the results for today. Somebody already spoiled the results for women's gymnastics few days ago. Keith, I think it was somebody. And then so ruined it for that night. But everyone is glued to what's going on in the Olympics. And anytime you have a female athlete, it inspires a whole new generation. Look what it has done to the world of soccer. Look what it has done to all kinds of sports. It is so fitting that the state of Hawaii will be starting flag football this school year, because 4 years from now in the LA Olympics, they will be debuting women's flag football as a sport. And this is a vision, and it's something that girls can look forward to. If you're a freshman this year, they're going to look forward to maybe being part of the Olympic dream. And this is a huge opportunity. I can't thank you enough, every single one of you folks who have made a commitment to empowering women and to young women like Trish Domingo here, who will take a chance and who will be the role model for future girls. I'm just so thankful to all the girls who are willing to come out and make this a reality for thousands and thousands of girls statewide. So mahalo again, especially to you, Dana. Mahalo.
Dana joining the DOE as our gender equity in athletics specialist for Hawaii's public schools tells you how committed we are to ensuring equal access to athletic opportunities for all of our students. As a former student athlete myself, and yes, I was a student athlete at one time, that's hard to believe, and a father of two daughters, it's important for me on multiple levels that our schools are a place where every student feels valued, empowered, and free from bias. That's why I'm very excited to announce that starting this spring, girls flag football will be offered at all of Hawaii's public schools statewide. Hawaii will become the 12th state to sanction girls high school football as an official sport. This has been a joint effort and partnership between the Hawaii Department of Education, the Hawaii High School Athletic Association, and private sponsors. I also want to especially recognize our athletic directors who will be implementing this program for helping make this a reality and providing this historic opportunity. Adding a new sport will provide our female student athletes the opportunity to develop leadership skills, learn teamwork, and build athletic confidence while fostering empowerment. We'll also expand scholarship opportunities and pathways to higher education as more and more colleges across the country are also sanctioning women's flag football as a college sport and even an official Olympic sport in 2028. I'm looking forward to our student athletes paving the way for all girls and growing this sport in Hawaii and beyond. Let's together make this inaugural year the best ever for our female athletes. Mahalo.
Thank you, Dana. And I want to assure everyone that the better Keith is the superintendent of our schools. You're in much better hands with Keith Hayashi as the DOE superintendent. But anyway, Lieutenant Governor Luke, Representative Woodson, Representative Ichiyama, Superintendent Hayashi, and other distinguished guests that are here today, thank you for coming. I'm excited about this opportunity for our female student athletes. As I mentioned to some of the others before this press conference, it's an emerging sport. It's highly popular. It's supported by the National Football League. It's going to be an Olympic sport in 2028 in Los Angeles. Thousands of our girls play flag football already across the state. Go by any community park on a Saturday or Sunday, and there's many, many different leagues and teams participating in girls flag football. It's also an opportunity for our girls to participate or receive athletic scholarships on the college level. So overall, it's a fantastic thing. It's our first youth sport on the high school level in Hawaii in the last 20 years. So that's another great milestone that I give credit to the DOE and the HHSAA for pulling it off. Finally, I want to thank everyone who helped make this happen, in particular, Dana Takahara-Diaz, the DOE's Title IX coordinator, and our many private sponsors who are making this happen this first year. For second year, 2 and beyond, we're going to enlist the support of our friends in the legislature, and hopefully they will jump on board, as I'm confident that they will, to ensure that flag football is here for many years to come. Two of our sponsors that I want to thank in particular are Motivate Foundation, led by Marcus Mariota, who's sponsoring girls flag football this first year, as well as the Hawaii Medical Service Association, who's providing protective headgear to every public school girls flag football player across the state. So those are two very generous donations, and I know that Chris Chun will mention our other corporate sponsors when he comes up to the podium in a minute. Thank you everyone for coming. I'm excited. I look forward to seeing all of you at a girls flag football game this coming spring season. Thank you.
Okay. The downside of speaking after others is that you have to kind of retweak your speech. So please bear with me. Lieutenant Governor said it's okay. Backstage said I'm just gonna kind of run through it. This is a historic day for our state and one that I'm proud to be a part of. When it comes to advocating for girls' athletic opportunities, Hawaii has always been at the forefront of progress. When we talk about the landmark Title IX legislation, we cannot help but stand proud that its co-author, Patsy T. Mink, is from Hawaii. When it comes to wrestling, it's mind-blowing that Hawaii was the first state to sanction it as a state championship in 1998. And between 1998 and 2015, only 6 additional states sanctioned it. Just let that settle in. Since then, at least 25 states have now opened the door for girls, which begs the question, why wait? Can you imagine all the Clarissa Chuns that missed out on their opportunity because people chose to wait until 2015 to sanction the sport? With the addition of girls flag football, we officially became the 12th state to sanction the sport. I cannot wait to see what our girls will do on the field. Just maybe, strike that, definitely, we will have a Hawaii Olympian representing us in the Olympics. The HHSAA now sanctions 20 different sports for our student athletes. It's incredible to think that out of 51 state associations in the District of Columbia, a small state like ours offers the 7th most sports in the country. This is especially meaningful to me as a father because my daughter will be a sophomore this coming school year and currently participates in 2 sports. Through these opportunities, I have seen firsthand the benefits that education-based athletics offers. It is with great pride to know that we have further expanded these opportunities to female student athletes beginning this school year. I would like to thank the HHSAA Executive Board and our member leagues who have worked expeditiously to make this happen. This would not have been possible without the blessing and support of Superintendent Keith Hayashi. Last but not least, I'd like to thank our key supporters that I've worked personally with, the National Football League, the Seattle Seahawks, Nike, Hawaii Dental Service, and Hawaii Pacific Health for their significant contributions to help kickstart this program. Thank you.
Last but not least, we have Trishelle Domingo. Trishelle is a McKinley High School student and will be entering her senior year. She is also the senior class president, a scholar student athlete, a member of the girls soccer team, and she will participate in flag football. Please help me welcome Trishelle.
Hello, my name is Trishelle Domingo, and I am an upcoming senior here at McKinley High School, and have been playing soccer here since my freshman year. First off, I would like to thank everyone for coming out today, especially Hawaii Superintendent Mr. Keith Hayashi for being here and being as excited and invested in girls sports as I am today. I know that girls flag football will be an amazing opportunity for girls who are interested in playing high school sports and sports in general. The addition of girls flag football to the list of high school sports that are available will continue to inspire and encourage girls who may want to try out a new sport. There's no doubt that it will be enjoyed and that there is a high interest in the sport. I think the familiarity of flag football will welcome and bring appeal to them. Just like my experience as a freshman when trying out for soccer, a sport I had never played before. I'm looking forward to being a part of the first inaugural team here at McKinley High School, and I hope that this excitement is seen throughout all the high schools in the state. I am extremely excited to see an increase in students' participation in sports, especially on the girls' side. Thank you.
Question for the live stream is what the schedule will look like and what the tournament schedule will look like. Okay. So, Chris Chun.
We've been working with the leagues. This is all new to us. We're targeting a mid-February start date, which would be kind of in line with other spring sports. We're looking at the week of April 21st for the state tournament, but since this is new, we're working it out with all the leagues that are going to participate. So it's tentative, start in February and in late April.
Question is if anyone could talk about starting the sport and what the timeline looked like for getting this off the ground. Thank you for that question. Well, the first thing that we look at is student interest. Is the interest there for student athletes to participate? And through informal surveys, we found out that girls flag football was the top 3. Then you pair that with the ability for private-public partnerships, and the ability to get this program up and running was huge for us. So when the stars aligned and when there was interest, we found a way to make this happen with a team effort. And we're excited that we are here today because of the efforts of many, including the people behind me. But most importantly, we are here for the student athletes. And we think this will make a huge impact in interscholastic athletics. So yes, it was a team effort, and it was driven by student interest.
Okay, question is about recruiting and hiring for coaches for this new sport.
As Chris and I mentioned earlier, girls flag football is already popular in community leagues, and it's boomed in popularity, especially in the last 2 or 3 years. So there's a lot of girls flag football coaches that are not high school football coaches. So you're not going to dip into the same pool of high school boys football coaches. Go to a community league this weekend and you'll see, and you won't be worried about participation or the number of girls flag football coaches. There's a lot of men and women who know the sport and don't coach boys football.
The question is about expectations for student participation in the first year.
The taller Keith. As far as student participation, we are encouraging all of our female athletes, girls, to participate in girls flag football. Our athletic opportunities are open to all students, and we're really encouraging to participate. The more participation we have, I think the better it is, and that we have an opportunity to continue to highlight their skills, their talents, and their leadership.
The participation factor in our upcoming registration, we had a booth where we talked about athletics and signing up for athletics, and I took a little sneak peek at the girls flag football sign-up sheet, and it was a very extensive list of people who were interested and did want to play the sport. So I don't think there's going to be any lack of participation there.
Okay, question is around JV versus varsity and Division I, Division II.
Okay, before I answer that question, I was reminded, I'd like to thank the league executive directors who are here, Lyle Crozier from the Big Island, Joe Belongitao from Maui, Tommy Cox from the Kauai Interscholastic Federation, and Bryce Kanashiro from the Oahu Interscholastic Association. In regards to, this isn't just a DOE opportunity. So in regards to private schools starting, I think private schools can go form from intermediate JV varsity, so it's up to them. I think the leagues and the Department of Education will have to discuss in regards to funding for junior varsity level in addition to the varsity level. I know some leagues have shown an interest, like on Kauai, there is a possibility that they might form JV levels. So yeah, I think it just depends on schools and league to league.
So because this is a new sport, it's hard to predict how much turnout will be, but we anticipate it'll be strong. But to be safe, there's only going to be one team per school for most schools the first year. No JV, no varsity. JV, there will be varsity, and there will be classifications. In terms of why the spring sports season was selected, fall was considered, but it's the same time as football. I don't want to say regular, boys football. Let's say boys football. And so it would be hard to have competing practices and games. In the winter, there's boys and girls soccer that use the field behind us. So that would be a difficult time to have girls flag football. Therefore, spring was chosen. Also, spring has softball and track and field in particular, but in the fall and winter, those are high participation sports that girls who may be inclined to play girls football will probably not take it up if they have to choose between girls volleyball or girls soccer or softball or basketball that are in the fall and winter.
Question is around budget and if there's an amount you can share, otherwise donations.
let's not put the superintendent on the spot. So the first year, because we started late, the legislative session for this current fiscal year is already completed. We all resolved to raise most of the funding needed for girls flag football via private funding. Chris Chun has been very successful in raising a lot of private funds already. I've been able to get some great sponsors like HMSA and the Marcus Mariota Foundation. So that's a good start to helping fund girls flag football. But the plan is to also, just like boys 11-man football, is to charge admission. And those of you who are familiar with girls flag football, you can have more than 2 teams playing on a particular site. You can have 4, 5, 6 games. And so the plan is to charge admission, have concession stands just like a fall boys football season. And we think that the interest and attendance will be high. Those gate receipts will be used for covering bus transportation, site costs, and the like. And so we're confident that at least in year 1, the funding for to support and finance girls flag football will be enough.
I just like to add that, you know, the department we're so thankful for the support that we get from so many people and so many organizations, as you can see here today. You know, this is such an important opportunity for our female athletes that we will do whatever it takes to be sure that it's successful, to support our students in all that we do. So it will be a success. We want our girls and our female athletes to come out, participate as they do in other activities within the department. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll end media Q&A here. If you have other questions, I can take it offline with you. Thank you so much, everybody.